Companies often define ambitious ESG strategies but fail to translate them into practical objectives for the teams that must bring them to life. And procurement is one of those key teams. From sourcing decisions to supplier standards, this is where ESG goals become real. In this video, we'll show you how to turn a high-level ESG strategy into procurement actions that actually work, step by step. We'll walk through 5 practical actions. 1. Analyze the ESG strategy and break it down. 2. Define what belongs to procurement. 3. Turn those expectations into measurable KPIs. 4. Apply it in real-world supplier decisions. 5. Monitor progress and embed governance. Let's get started. Step 1. Analyze the ESG strategy and identify what's unclear. Start by reading your company's ESG strategy or sustainability roadmap. Sometimes these goals are created top-down and sent to the business. Other times, procurement is involved early to co-define what's realistic. Most often, it's a mix of both. But here's the catch. Not all goals are equally clear for procurement. Let's take, for example, these 2030 goals from a recognized global beauty company. Source over 75% of ingredients from nature or from recycled materials in formulas. Have 100% of our strategic suppliers sign a living wage pledge with a time-bound action plan. These are clearly procurement's responsibility, but others are broader and harder to unpack, like reduce absolute Scope 3 GHG emissions from purchased goods and services, upstream transportation and distribution, and business travel by 28% compared to 2019. Procurement doesn't own 100% of that goal. You'll need to ask, what share of this goal is ours? What categories are included? Do we have a baseline or supplier data for this? This interpretation step is critical. Don't skip it. Step 2. Define what procurement owns. Once you've clarified what portion of the ESG strategy belongs to procurement, define your internal objectives accordingly. These could include prioritize suppliers with low-carbon materials, eliminate suppliers that fail to meet labor standards, increase spend with certified or traceable sources, improve visibility into Tier 1 and Tier 2 suppliers. But keep this in mind. Not all ESG goals apply to every category. You'll need to analyze which procurement categories have the most impact or risk, and tailor your actions accordingly. For example, the living wage goal may apply to labor-intensive services, but not to IT software licenses. This category-by-category approach ensures relevance and feasibility. Step 3. Link actions to measurable KPIs. Now turn each procurement objective into a KPI. Let's take 2 targets from the same company. Target 1, sourced over 75% of ingredients from nature or from recycled materials in formulas. To support this, procurement could track percentage of total ingredients purchased that are certified as natural origin or recycled content based on supplier documentation. Target 2. Reduce absolute Scope 3 GHG emissions from purchased goods and services, upstream transportation and distribution. Procurement can't control business travel, but it can take action on purchased goods and its logistics. Here are some relevant KPIs. Percentage of suppliers reporting their GHG emissions, percentage of spend with suppliers that have verified climate targets, percentage of upstream freight spend with low-carbon transport providers. These indicators feed directly into your sustainability reporting, under frameworks like GRI, CSRD, or IFRS, and make your ESG contributions visible and measurable. Step 4. Apply it in sourcing decisions. Taking the same 4 ESG targets we explored earlier, let's see how procurement can bring them to life through the sourcing process. For high-emission categories, buyers include supplier selection criteria that favor those who measure, disclose, and actively manage their GHG emissions, assigning higher evaluation scores in tenders and sourcing events. In RFQs for packaging, procurement sets minimum thresholds for recycled or bio-based content, making these a requirement for technical compliance. In contracts with strategic suppliers, procurement includes clauses that require living wage commitments tied to time-bound implementation plans, and where relevant, ask suppliers to commit to GHG emissions reduction targets aligned with the company's climate goals. Each of these actions helps translate ESG strategy into sourcing decisions.
But remember, not all actions apply to all categories. Some categories carry more environmental or social weight than others. That's why procurement must tailor its ESG interventions by category, based on their specific risks and opportunities. Step 5. Monitor progress and embed governance. Having KPIs is not enough. To make ESG part of daily procurement, you need solid systems for monitoring. Track performance regularly by supplier and category. Feedback loops. Ask suppliers to report progress and support them where needed. Governance. Define ESG roles within the procurement team and include them in performance reviews. Internal alignment. Share updates with ESG, finance, legal, and compliance. Continuous improvement. Use data insights to refine your strategies over time. With proper systems in place, procurement becomes a driver of measurable ESG outcomes. If you're interested in more practical content, check the resources I've linked below. And please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Thanks for watching.